Hey guys, I'm Kira, this is Fangirl Flails, but today I am not flailing. I am having an existential crisis while trying to review a book that I read 2 months ago. And that is a book that I received from NetGalley for review, and that is Love and Other Unknown Variables by Shannon Lee Alexander. About a borderline genius, Charlie Hansen, who is embarking on his final year at Brighton School of Mathematics and Science. He's stressing out about his MIT application, his sister's antisocial behavior, the fact that the school has a new literature teacher, and his tendency to creep out pretty tattooed girls at the local Krispy Kreme. It doesn't help that Charlie's friends decide that he is the one that is going to lead the war against this literature teacher who tries so hard to get English to these math and science loving kids. I mean, it also doesn't help that Charlotte, who is the pretty tattooed girl I spoke about earlier, is his sister's newest and only friend. But soon Charlie starts to wonder if maybe Charlotte and this unfortunate literature teacher are both hiding the same terrible secret. Wow, way to phrase that in a way that totally hides the fact that it's a cancer book and not a murder mystery. Yep, I'm gonna spoil it because please don't go into this thinking that it's not another YA tragic sickness books where everyone gets sad and super introspective at the end, because it totally is. I think the meat of the story really sets up these elements that will make the moral, sappy conclusion really hit home. One of my favorite smaller parts of this book is that Charlie has an amazing best friend, who is basically that girl in the comic where she, like, crushes a watermelon between her thighs as she stares dead-eyed at a misogynist. It's perfect. You don't see characters who are chubby and sexual and logical and who are just the voice of reason very often in YA books. Also, her boyfriend is like the one jock at their nerd school, and he loves her unconditionally. He is like this adorable, muscly puppy who also loves Charlie because she loves Charlie, and there isn't a love triangle and it's amazing. She makes him see clearly, and she brings him down to earth instead of being all up in the John Green land of weird, pretentious inner monologues. Except, you know, there is a lot, and I mean a lot of talk about infinities in this book, but at least there's some goddamn science to back it up instead of it just being this pithy concept. Charlie also has an elderly woman friend who he does housework for, and so she teaches him a lot of moral lessons, so that kind of bridges the gap between, oh, I'm a teenager, I'm in love, everything's awesome, and I've been thinking about life and death a lot lately. Something that this book does that a certain other book doesn't do is that it has family. And there are different family dynamics because there are multiple families going on here. And the sibling relationships are so important and well written and just complex. That's the word I'll use to describe this book, complex, because there is a lot wrong with this book. There's so much that it tried to do, and a lot of it did really work, but nothing is black and white. Like, Charlie is not a particularly likable character. In fact, this book should have just been about the Finch sisters, but then it would be a completely different book. It would be less annoying, and Charlotte would be a three-dimensional character instead of this mysterious artist who smells like vanilla. But like I said, that would have made it less complex, less interesting, less gray. Now into my personal experience with this very beautifully flawed YA novel. I read Love and Other Unknown Variables when I was in a very difficult time in my life. When I first read it, I had so much to say about it, but I just couldn't bring myself to actually type anything out. I had so much to say about this book, but everything I loved about it is now marred with the sadness and uncertainty. Did I actually love it, or did I just love the escape it provided? Am I sure it's not just The Fault in Our Stars rehashed to be more pretentious? Was it actually complex and complicated, or was my situation just complex and complicated? Am I giving a 3.5 star rating to a complete ripoff of a popular YA book? Was Charlotte actually a manic pixie dream girl who was just thrown in to cause man pain? I honestly don't know. Should we admit all of our hardships while reading a book to let our audience know that the review might be biased? Does my mental illness affect how I review books? I honestly don't know the answer to those questions either. It's all complex and complicated, I guess. Nothing's black and white. You can let me know what you think in the comments for sure, and let's discuss this, because I had such a hard time trying to film this video, And I just decided not to make it just a review, but a discussion, because I honestly don't know the answers to any of these questions. The links to add this to your Goodreads shelf and a link to buy it will be in the description below, along with my social media. Thank you so much for watching this untraditional review, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye! I know you're sick of seeing hauls from the Black Friday sale at Book Outlet, but it was amazing.